Today we're reacting to even more secrets from your favorite cartoon. So make sure you subscribe, put those detective hats on, and let's get going.
What if I told you George from Peppa Pig was adopted?
Really?
And that he might not even be a pig? Every
not a
animal in
pig.
Peppa Pig follows one weirdly consistent rule.
And
Their
what is
first
that?
name matches their species. Danny Dog, Freddy Fox, Rebecca Rabbit, even Peppa Pig.
Right.
But George, he breaks the pattern. No one calls
He's
him George
unique.
Pig, just George. Now here's where it gets strange. Baby hairless guinea pigs look almost exactly like newborn
That is
pigs.
horrifying.
Movie episode The Olden Days. Mummy Pig is pregnant, but fans have noticed something odd. The
What?
baby she was expecting never clearly becomes George. What if that baby didn't make it? And instead of
The baby in a
rewriting the
window.
family story, they just adopted a new baby.
I don't know how to feel like right now because I've never seen a hairless guinea pig, and that's truly scarring. What do you think? Do you think George is a pig or a hairless guinea pig?
Did you know Zootopia changed its news anchors depending on where you watched it? In North America and parts of Europe, Snow Leopard anchor Fabian Growley was joined by Peter
so
Moosebridge, voiced by
creative.
Canadian news anchor Peter Mansbridge.
Wait,
But
I
in
love
China, the
that.
co-anchor was a panda. In Australia and New Zealand, it was a koala. And in Brazil, it was a jaguar. It's a tiny detail, but once you know, you can't unsee it.
It's a tiny detail, but it's so thoughtful. Like Zootopia thought of everything. We're not gonna have a snow leopard in Texas. We're gonna have like a horse, duh. Maybe a possum, something cool like that.
Ever wondered if Mother Gothel ever truly loved Rapunzel in Tangled? Throughout the
I don't
movie,
know if she
whenever
did.
Gothel shows love to Rapunzel, it's always directed at
To
her
her
hair,
hair,
not
yeah.
Rapunzel herself. For example, in one scene, she kisses Rapunzel's hair, and in another, she calls her My Little Flower, a clear reference to the magical sunflower that
hair.
meant so much to her. There's
Oh.
also a subtle visual detail. When they talk, Gothel is reflected in Rapunzel's eyes, symbolizing
I've
that
never
Rapunzel
noticed that.
loves her. But Rapunzel is never reflected in Gothel's eyes. She doesn't truly see her. Now compare that to Eugene. Whenever he's affectionate, he brushes her hair away just to see
He
her
doesn't
face.
care about
And in
hair, he
his
cares about
eyes,
her
we
heart.
see Rapunzel reflected because he loves her above all
my
else.
gosh, what
And yet, despite
intense
everything,
detail.
there's a heartbreaking moment, just a split second, when Rapunzel reaches out to save Gothel, even after she stabs Eugene. It's so quick you might miss it, but it shows how deeply emotional abuse can affect someone.
Goodness. I don't know. I don't think Gothel like really did care about Rapunzel, so I do believe this one. And I also believe that Rapunzel is one of the best princesses. Let me know your favorite in the comments.
Tom and Jerry are best friends.
Classic best
Aren't they
friends.
mortal enemies? How
Yes,
does that work?
they're both.
That's what they want you to think. Tom and Jerry pretend to hate each other
Oh, it's
so
they're
that
pretending.
Tom's owner doesn't replace Tom. So he pretends like he's out doing the best he can to get rid of Jerry all the time. When in reality, Tom and Jerry are kicking it sometimes.
They're kicking it.
That's why they're comrades at the end of the show.
That would make sense why Tom makes the stupidest mistakes
So
and can't catch
stupid.
Jerry. It's because it's intentional.
Yeah, he doesn't
Yeah,
want
Jerry
to
can't get
actually
away
catch him.
a million times every single time.
look, he's
It's just
nursing him
crazy.
back to health.
It's because Tom's letting this happen. Because he doesn't want to kill his best friend.
Of
Well, now
course.
I don't know how great of a friend Jerry is, making Tom look so bad all the time in front of his owner.
I mean, sometimes he'll pretend to get caught so that the owner
Oh!
thinks that Tom's doing a good job.
That was like
And then
just in
He'll just
time.
slip away, like usual.
Aww. Tom and Jerry is such a classic, and I would choose to believe they are best friends because Tom could have gotten rid of Jerry much quicker, right? But he chose not to. I think they love each other.
Did you know Bluey was based off a real
No,
dog?
I didn't. Ooh.
She was from Australia and was the oldest dog ever to be recorded.
Wow.
Lived to be 29 years old.
I can see the resemblance actually. Can you guys, like, look, even where the spots are on her face here? Aw, fun fact, I liked that.
What is the meaning of Stitch's infamous insult? Because you probably remember the scene where Stitch is a prisoner on trial before the Galactic High Council.
It's an intense
but
scene.
then, out of nowhere, he says this.
Yeah, I don't know what
And
that
as a
means.
result, some council members immediately vomit, faint, and
That's
can't
true.
believe the
He said something
outrageous
intense
thing
we don't
Stitch just
understand.
said. However, we can see Stitch say the exact same thing again in a commercial he did for the Super Bowl.
Oh,
And for years, fans have created countless theories about what he said
Tell
until
me.
the movie's director confirmed that it's an insult so huge and offensive, it's considered forbidden to be spoken anywhere in the galaxy,
forbidden
as
to
it's
be
the greatest
spoken?
blasphemy anyone could possibly say in
Stitch!
the entire universe.
That's
and Stitch
Stitch.
said it like it was nothing.
he said, you haven't subscribed to this channel. And then everybody's like, oh, that's so offensive. That's what it is. Yeah, it couldn't be worse than that.
Have you ever noticed the weird things going on in Peppa Pig?
Okay, that's such a broad statement. Have you ever noticed the weird things going on in Peppa Pig? There's a lot of weird things going on in Peppa Pig. Okay, let's start with this first one.
First, when Grandpa Pig and Grandma Pig come over to Peppa's house for dinner, we can see that the lights are on inside. But when they walk in, the lights are suddenly off. Could it be that someone else entered the house?
What? Pause. That light still looks on to me. Am I crazy? I'm crazy. I mean, because somebody apparently snuck in. Look at those foot tracks. What's happening in Peppa? I feel like there's so many conspiracy theories. I don't know what to believe about that show.
Second, while Peppa and George are playing hide and seek, Peppa decides to hide upstairs. Pay close attention. There's nothing under the stairs at this point. However, in the episode with the power outage, a basement suddenly appears under the stairs. What's even stranger is that when Daddy Pig goes to the basement to turn on the power, he trips over something.
What did he trip on?
Who put that there?
Peppa's family never goes to the basement. Could it be the missing Peppa sister?
It's that creepy secret pig in the window. Literally, how does a basement spawn out of nowhere? And it's been there long enough that there's spider webs. It doesn't work like that. That makes no sense. Don't go down there.
Third, in the episode Night Animals, Grandpa Pig has 4 chickens. Notice this one particular chicken. When Grandpa is putting the chicks to bed, we see Mr. Fox sneaking around. And in later episodes, Mr. Fox has the same kind of chicken as Car. Could Mr. Fox be a thief?
Guys, obviously the fox stole a chicken. It's very known that foxes eat chickens, but you can save chickens by getting Chuckles off Bremerch and Firemerch.com. He'll be your best friend. He won't leave you. Mr. Fox can't take him. Pixar's Up has a disappearing
viewers
mailbox.
may have noticed this little detail. As pointed out by many people on Reddit, the night before he launches his magnificent flight, Carl actually seems to do some unseen preparations, including taking down his mailbox. Earlier on in the movie, we did see the mailbox get knocked off of its post, but before he is taken away to the old folks' home, he seemingly puts it back. However, when the night fades into the day, we see the box disappear, which is fitting as, you know, he was quite attached to the mailbox. And he was planning on flying away and all that, so it makes sense for it to go back inside for a bit.
I feel like this man thought everything through, and like, let's be real, if you're gone on vacation floating around on balloons, you don't want your mail down below. So he was just being an intelligent man. That's what I've learned here today. It's like when you're on vacation, you have your neighbor take in the packages.
Did you notice this? In the original version of Inside Out, Riley's dad tries to feed her broccoli and says no dessert until she finishes it. But in the Japanese version, that broccoli is replaced with green peppers because Japanese kids are known to dislike green peppers even more than broccoli. It's a tiny change, but it shows how deeply this movie connects with emotions across different cultures.
That's so smart that they thought to even change the food out, so depending on where you're at in the world, it's more relatable to you. I want to know what other countries have the green peppers. Was it only Japan, or is it in other countries as well? I also would definitely eat broccoli over a green pepper. I don't like bell peppers at all.
Explaining disturbing theories about children's cartoons in 1 minute. Dora never found her way home because she's been dead since episode 1. The adventure is an exploration. It's a child's spirit, lost in the woods, reliving the moment she got separated and died of exposure. Ask yourself this. Why does Dora always ask you where to go? Because the dead can't remember their own path? Why does she need map to show her the way every single time? Because she's trapped in the loop of being lost. She literally cannot find home because there's no home to find. Why does backpack contain impossible amounts of items? Because it's not a bag. It's her memory of comfort objects from life distorted, infinite, never quite right, and Swiper, he's not stealing randomly. He appears in 89% of episodes, always trying to take something Dora needs. That's not a thief. That's death itself trying to take what keeps her tethered to this realm. Watch how Boots never leaves her side. Loyal beyond reason, never questions, always follows. That's not friendship. That's a spirit guide and animal that died with her, bound to help her cross over. And the parents? They appear in only 12 of 178 episodes because they're at her grave. The show is Dora's consciousness refusing to accept she's buried in those woods. Episode 47 shows her family photo. She's wearing different clothes. Cleaner, formal, that's a memorial photo. Every "we did it" is her trying to convince herself she's still alive. Every map completion is her hoping this time she'll find the way out. She's not teaching children Spanish. She's a lost soul asking anyone who can hear, "Can you show me the way home?"
Wait, what do you guys think? Do you think this is real? If it is, that is such like a crazy plot. I actually think it doesn't sound that unbelievable, but it sounds really sad. So I'm just gonna choose to decide Dora's always lost, like me. I get lost all the time. She didn't teach me anything, apparently.
Did you know that in Coco, Hector is barefoot throughout the film, but once he's reunited and accepted by the Rivera family, he has access to their legacy, shoes.
Wait, it's like when Dobby's a free elf, he gets a sock. It's literally the same thing. He has a family, he gets a sock. He has a family and a legacy, he gets some shoes. Also, the first time I watched Coco, I was alone on an airplane and I was sobbing. Don't watch this alone on an airplane if you don't know what you're getting into. This movie makes me very sad, but it is very well done.
Did you know that in Moana, nobody has any tattoos as they sail across the ocean? No. Tattoos are recordings of their personal history, so we only start to see them after they discover their island home.
Oh, that makes a lot of sense because it's part of their story. They haven't arrived at their final destination yet because all of their tattoos have a story attached to them. That makes sense. That makes sense.
What if Hans was never the villain in Frozen?
Pause. How is Hans not the villain? How is he gonna explain this? Let's see.
Because throughout the whole movie, he acts like a hero.
He's
he
bad.
protects Arendelle, gives out supplies to the people,
Yeah,
and
he's
risks his
faking it.
life to find Elsa. And when Anna collapses, he immediately tries to help. That's not someone pretending, that's someone who cares. But then suddenly, without warning, he becomes evil. And it makes no sense. He doesn't celebrate. He doesn't act like someone who's just won. He just changes. Now think about this. Right before Hans turns, he visits Elsa at her ice castle, and he's ambushed by the trolls. The same trolls who sing about getting Kristoff and Anna together, even after learning she's engaged. They clearly want Hans out of the picture, and they have the magic to do it. They can erase memories, change hearts, even twist someone's mind without anyone knowing. So what if Hans didn't fake his love for Anna? What if it was real? But the trolls changed him, because for their plan to work, Hans had to go. He didn't betray Anna, he was taken from her. So I need to ask.
Honestly, I'm on the fence. I could see that being part of it. However, I feel like Disney would have included that in the plot because that's such a big point. I mean, obviously the trolls are Team Kristoff. It's like their son or whatever, right? What do you guys think?
Did you know that in Incredibles 2, Elastigirl's new super suit is designed by DevTech and the only one to be damaged, indicating Edna Mode's superior designing ability?
Edna is secretly just like overpowered. I feel like we don't talk about Edna Mode as much as we should. But I do feel like she's the reason why in the last Incredibles movie, the bad guy was caught because she made the cape, remember?
Did you know that in Robots, Sid from Ice Age makes a cameo as a slothbot in the background?
It's the best robot, let's be real. Look how cute he is. That's a cute robot.
Did you know that in Frozen, the Duke of Weselton is mistakenly called Weaseltown, and in Zootopia, Duke Weaselton is mistakenly called Weselton? Both characters are voiced by Alan
Spirit
Tudyk.
Animal. Stop. They're voiced by the same guy. I love that. I feel like a lot of people probably did not know this Easter egg, but it's amazing. He's not only a weasel, but he's a Weaselton. I was today years old when I realized this. What? Despicable Me is such a good movie. What? It's an animal from Pets? Gru! Gru is straight up in that movie. Oh! All the worlds are connected. Whoa. Honestly, it makes sense though. The Minion! They're like little Easter eggs. Have you caught that before? Because I certainly hadn't. I love how like all the worlds are kind of interconnected. There's so many different theories. So both of these are Illumination videos. What I find interesting is Pixar does this all the time. So I guess they're trying to copy Pixar's like secret Easter eggs. So be on the lookout for Illumination.
Did you know that in WALL-E, when lightning strikes Wally's umbrella, the electricity from the bolt charges his battery back to full?
Oh, well that's convenient. As a human, it certainly wouldn't work like that. But luckily, the lightning worked for WALL-E because we love him. And he's forever with us.
Did you know that in The Princess and the Frog, in this scene, the villain's shadow turns the wallpaper into skulls and crossbones?
Whoa, wait, that's such a cool detail. Like every single part of his shadow. Look at that. I'm just gonna say, we need to bring back more movies like this because Princess and the Frog was in the like hand-drawn Disney animation style and I love it. And I feel like you can have more details like this.
Did you know that in Lilo and Stitch, the entire film uses watercolor painted backgrounds? Disney had some financial failures and focused on ambitious projects elsewhere, so they left the filmmakers to their own devices in a Florida studio. The only other watercolor films are Dumbo and Snow White.
I didn't know that. That's interesting. It's watercolor because of financial issues, because to me, it fits the film so great. I just thought it was an intentional choice. It feels more beachy. Coastal. I don't know the right word. It works.
Did you know that in Toy Story 4, this car has the license plate RMRF97 because in 1997, a Pixar employee accidentally typed RM-R-F
and deleted footage.
The entire Toy Story 2 movie from the company database. Fortunately, the supervising technical director had a backup copy at home, and the movie was restored.
Can you imagine being that employee and deleting a Toy Story movie that hasn't come out yet? Like, literally, I feel like your entire world would flash before your eyes and you'd be like, I'm never coming back from this. So thank goodness for the backup.
I found some weird things in Peppa Pig.
Every single clip about Peppa Pig is like, I found something weird again.
1. Have you noticed that the pig family always looks at others from the side? In one episode where Peppa looks in the mirror, you can see she has 2 eyes on her other side too.
On one
so I
side of her
suspect
head.
Peppa actually has 4 eyes on her full face. 2. In the episode where Peppa and Mommy Pig do laundry, the fridge magnets are arranged one way at the start, but after they finish washing, the magnets form a circle. When Daddy Pig comes home from work, the 2 magnets switch positions again. 3. In The Lost Keys, Daddy Pig drops his car keys into a storm drain. They buy a fishing rod from Miss Rabbit, but the line is too short to reach the keys. When Miss Rabbit throws a stone into the drain, you clearly hear a splash, proving there's water inside. But when Mr. Bull uses a crane to fish out the keys, the drain is completely dry.
That makes no sense. And also just saying, if I dropped keys down a drain, nobody's gonna bring a crane out for me. So they have some connections.
4. In the shadow episode, Elephant says, where there's light, there's a shadow. No light, no shadow. But when Daddy Pig calls Peppa and George home, there's clearly a light in the room, and yet no shadow of him on the floor. Is he a vampire? Then, when Peppa and George walk to the door, the room is brightly lit, but no light shines through the window. 5. In the school project, look closely at the kitchen. There's a faucet next to the window. But when Daddy and Mommy Pig build a cardboard castle, the kitchen faucet vanishes.
I think that these are just animation mistakes. Like, people are just messing up and thinking nobody's gonna notice. Well, we have seen your mistakes, but it's okay, we all make them.
Did you know? In Coraline, made in 2009, the Welcome Home cake features a double loop on the O. According to Graphology, a double loop on a lowercase o means the person who wrote it is lying, but there is only one double loop, meaning she is welcome, but she's not home.
I shouldn't admit this in this video. I have not seen Coraline, and I've heard it's amazing, and now it's on my top watch list. But can you please explain to me in the comments, is she home in the movie or not? I need to know. Is this like a secret hidden message? What's it really mean?
Did anyone else notice this in the movie Zootopia? When Judy Hopps is assigned to be a parking meter police officer for her first day on the job, she says she wrote 201 tickets.
That's a lot of
If you look
tickets.
very closely right here at the ticket, it says each ticket fine is $25, which would mean in 2 hours and 45 minutes, she earned the city $5,025 in revenue. Or
That's
a
really
pace
good.
of just about 2 tickets per minute. When Nick is questioned by Officer Judy Hopps, he says he has been doing this since he was 12. When Judy is trying to calculate how much he would owe in taxes, she says times 2 decades. Since 2 decades is 20 years, this would actually mean that Nick Wilde is actually 32 years old in the movie Zootopia. If we break down Assistant Mayor Bellwether's name, Bellwether is actually the leading sheep of a flock with a bell around its neck. The word weather is used to describe a ram. A ram has been known as a sign of the devil or to show evil. This is most likely where she got her name, as she was, at the end of the movie, the evil mastermind behind all of Zootopia's plans.
Man, there's so many details that they thought through in the movie Zootopia that, like, if you just watch it superficially, it's already great, but then you can keep digging more and more into it. Although this man talked about math, and that I never thought about.
Did you know in Minions, made in 2015, all of the mannequins at the department store are based on Lucy?
Oh, I see.
Despicable Me 2.
Oh, so we don't even know her yet when we watch this scene in the first movie. That's so interesting. So when we first saw this, we had no idea it was actually modeled after her. We would have no idea who she is. Watching WALL-E when I noticed something. Whoa, is that a remote-controlled robot? Hello? He has a little lunchbox. What's a robot eat for lunch? Let's see. Why does he look concerned? What? We're zooming in on. Whoa. What? Google up. Oh! Wait, was Wally related to him? Is his name Doug? No, that's wrong. That's literally the walker from the movie Up. See, it's another Easter egg. Everything's connected.
Did you know in Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, made in 2023, while Gwen is going through Miles' notebook, you can see that there's a bus ticket on the left right here. This isn't just a random prop. That's the same ticket they were given for the bus ride home from Malcolm X in the first movie, which is the first time Gwen and Miles met. You can see it's for the Hudson Valley Explorer, and the bus they ride in that first movie is the Hudson Valley Explorer. Did you know in the Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, at the end of the movie, when Miles is sent to the wrong universe, if you look closely at the buildings in the background, you can see that some of them are owned by members of the Sinister Six. There's Rhino, Sandman, Electro,
get out of there.
Scorpion, Shocker, and Craven, who looks like he's running for mayor. Part 2 of this movie is gonna be crazy. Did you know in Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, made in 2023, when the Spot is telling Miles his origin story, we can actually see the spider that was about to bite Miles in Earth 42 right before it was sent to Earth 1610. This is such amazing foreshadowing that I definitely didn't catch my first time watching it. Did you know in Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, while Miles is in the dorm room, if you look closely at the TV, you can see his roommate is playing Marvel's Spider-Man 2. At the time, this was the first look of gameplay that we ever got.
Wait, that's sick. It's like a spoiler for the game that came out later. Also, fun fact, I watched this movie series in the wrong order. So I watched the newest movie first, and I'm very confused. But I will say it has some of the best animation, in my opinion. I love the animation style in these movies.
The Minions and the Lorax exist in the same universe. Even though Despicable Me isn't based on a Dr. Seuss book, it still takes place in that world. There are multiple Easter eggs in the Lorax that show there's Despicable Me characters that live there. For starters, we can see that Ted has a pair of shoes that says Gru's Shoes, and the logo is a minion, which means while Gru was trying to find a job as a non-villain, he must have made some shoes before he landed on the jelly and jam business. And later on,
if you brought him 15 cents a nail,
we see an actual minion, well, a toy minion, in Ted's drawer. But the crossover doesn't just take place in that movie. There's a Lorax Easter egg in Despicable Me too. We all know Edith wears her iconic pink hat throughout the movie, but did you notice Margot's shirt?
Sorta. Oh, it's the Lorax on her shirt,
We sold 43 mini mints, 30 taco swirlies, and 18 coconutties.
It's a Lorax shirt with a picture of the Lorax front and center, ultimately confirming that Despicable Me and the Lorax are connected.
I did not know this secret. If you want to learn more cartoon secrets, click one of the next videos before they disappear and tell me, what's your favorite cartoon?